The year is 2010. And this is... Our story begins with a young woman named Alice who lives above her late grandfather, namesake Café, in the Montmartre district of Paris. She works as a barista at a large chain in the hopes of one day buying her own place and continuing her grandfather's legacy. But she's too shy to talk to most people, including her crush, the mysterious American traveler that comes into her coffee shop every morning for an espresso, even though he sits right across from her. One night after closing up shop, Alice is visited by the ghost of a former lover of her grandfather who asks her help to deliver a message to his wife. Soon after, she's visited by another ghost who asks her to make him a cup of coffee, and then another and another until the whole cafe is filled with apparitions from the past. Startled, Alice runs out of the cafe and doesn't return for days. She eventually comes back, though, because she has no other place to live. And much to her surprise, the ghosts are still there, having become regulars in their eternal wait for closure. They tell her that only someone who truly loves this cafe can set them free. So Alice decides to do just that. She begins by making the coffee stronger, just the way her grandfather used to. Then she adds pastries to the menu like her grandmother used to make. The locals begin to take notice, and soon the cafe is filled with new life. As the once empty cafe fills with customers, it also becomes a popular haunt for the American traveler who has become smitten with Alice and often sits at the same table with her, talking about everything and nothing. Over time, they grow closer, and eventually he tells her that he's in love with her. But Alice is too afraid to tell him that she feels the same way and pushes him away. One night, as Alice is closing up, she's confronted by the ghost of a little girl who tells her that she must open her heart if she wants to be happy. And for the first time, Alice considers the possibility that the cafe might be more than just a business. It could be a chance to find true love. The next day she takes a chance and asks the American if he'd like to have dinner with her. He says yes, and they go out together. 4 weeks, they enjoy a long-distance relationship, meeting up in Paris every summer. But eventually Alice grows tired of waiting for him to make a move and confesses her love for him. However, he admits that he still has feelings for another woman. Heartbroken, Alice pours her energy into the cafe, determined to make it a success. One day, though, the American shows up unexpectedly and confesses that he came back to tell her that he loves her and wants to be with her. Host! Then all the ghosts appear and tell us that she deserves someone who can give her the time and attention that she needs. The American realizes that he isn't that person and breaks up with her, setting her free to move on. In the end, Alice finds happiness with a new love interest, a handsome young architect named Gabriel. Together, they restore the cafe to its former glory, bring it into the 21st century without losing its old world charm. And every night after closing up, they stay late to serve coffee to the ghosts, becoming friends with each of them and learning their stories. And that is the story of how a lonely barista found love and happiness in the most unexpected of places. If you enjoyed this French fairy tale, stay tuned for more.